Hey, thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
You are wonderful. What did you want to look at? Or
No.
No.
I just want to give you a big slobbery virtual kiss.
Oh.
I can't tell you how excited I am about your system. I can't tell you how much it's meant for me. I made $23,000 in about a month's time with your system. I do not have one single position that I've lost money on.
Oh, you're too
I am
nice.
just stunned. I am a moon lover.
It is now time for The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Silk. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, Money Masters. Welcome, folks. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Absolutely a wonderful full moon Wednesday. Now, the full moon actually came in last night at 10:10, but when I do all of my charting, we're using ephemeris time. And so ephemeris time, that way I've got a uniform way of being able to apply aspects, whether it's lunar aspects, whether it's planetary aspects on a chart, and keep some type of consistency. So it is, in my opinion, it is full moon Wednesday. The markets are off to the moon, if you will. So that's really full moon Wednesday. Right now you've got the Dow futures up about 115, S&P 13, NASDAQ futures up 29, Russell 2000 up about 7. We'll come back to the markets. We'll go around the world in our spaceship here at TFNN. We'll see what's going on. And, folks, what you can do if you want to be part of our spaceship here, which if you'd like to travel along with us, what you want to do is you want to go to the homepage of TFNN. You want to click on the TigerTV link. You can, it's the third or fourth tab on the top. Just click on TigerTV. You can watch this show live. You'll be able to follow along. You'll be able to absolutely learn something today. And today, look, we've got a great lineup. Not only is it full moon Wednesday, but when you take a look at our spaceship and who's piloting the spaceship, right now I'm kicking things off for us. So we're just in the first stage. The second stage is myself and Tom O'Brien and the Money Master Show. Third stage today is Basil Chapman. He's going to take the spaceship and he's going to ride the waves, if you will. And then Larry Pesavento after that. Then we've got David White, who comes on from 3 to 4 and Tom from 4 to 6. So absolutely fantastic day for you to learn something. These are volatile markets that we're in. And you take a look at sentiment, if you will, or how things change. You can go back a week ago today, and you had fear. Today, folks, what you've got is greed. So we're going to see how all that plays out in the market, but I want you to join along. I want to be able to share with you what's going on in the markets because you can take a look at the media, you can take a look at everything, but what's really happening, what's really unfolding are the charts in front of us. So go to Tiger TV, watch this. If you're catching the archive of this show, this is archived on Channel 14. Follow along because you're absolutely going to learn something. And in order to get yourself in state, in order to get yourself in a positive expectancy mode, you've got to be able to have the right focus, change your physiology. So I don't care what it is that you're doing right now, change your physiology somewhat, whether it's taking in, a deep breath, if you will, change your diaphragm, put your shoulders back, stretch your arms, do something to change your physiology, change your biochemistry. Take a nice big glass of water, a nice big 16-ounce glass of water. Folks, that'll change you for sure. And then what I want you to do is I want you to focus on us. I want you to focus on, if you're looking at my screen right now, you got there's my moon rock, if you will, from Lanai, Hawaii. Puts me in an absolute peak physical state. That's what I want you to do. That's how you should start your day. And, if we simply just go take a look at the markets right now, because I know that's on people's minds, and we just take a look at, what the heck is going on out here. Well, first place that we're going to go is we're on our spaceship. We're going to go over to Germany. We're going to see what's going on with the DAX here. And on the DAX, folks, what you're at new highs right now. You're at 59. And they say new highs of this leg, if you will. You're at 59.64. And what the DAX is gunning for, we'll see if it's going to be able to get there today. There should be enough juice. There's enough energy in our rocket ship in the world, if you will. And what the DAX is going to try to do, it's going to try to get to the top of this consolidation range, which is the August 15th date. Now, the low there is 6,008.01, and you're trading at 59.69. So it can do it. It's gotten up to 59.75. It's trading up towards the top of its range. And so we'll look for the DAX. The DAX closes at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we'll look for the DAX to get into that swing point and see where it closes. What we want to see is we want to see it close below the low of that day. And that would, look, if it gets to the high and closes underneath the high of the swing point from August 15th, that would work for me too. But we're looking for a piece of information. That's a swing point out there, and a swing point, folks, is where you see a trend change in the marketplace. They're easy to spot. There are plenty of them. We look for the ones that seem to have the most significance. In this case here, certainly the August 15th time frame does, because that's where you can see the market first bounced back to after this big downdraft, which is what we refer to it as, a downdraft. Is simply, such a big down move, if you will. The low that was put in was on the 11th, and then the market moved higher for 2 days, if you will, before it gave it up again, came back and tested the low that it had from the August 11th time frame. So we're looking for a test of that area. Now, what's really wonderful is if you're going to see trend changes in the marketplace, what you want to do is you want to see many things coming together at one time. That way you've got all the fish, in essence, swimming in one direction and giving you signal information. So that's on the DAX, if we look at that. If we go take a look, so our next stop on our journey on our spaceship, we're fueling up, we're getting ready to take our next move. And the next move, folks, is over in the UK. We're going to go over here and take a look at the FTSE. So what's the FTSE doing? Well, the FTSE's testing, as you can see, the swing high during this consolidation period as well. That swing high, folks, is right here on September the 1st. The high on that, 54.49. The low on that is 53.46. You can see we're trading right now at 53.45. So we're looking at the FTSE to be able to give us a piece of information as well. It's only, 54.49, 54.36, 9 points away, 8 points away. There should be enough fuel in this rocket ship to lift the world up, at least in the early stages of trading. Again, the FTSE will also be closed at 11:30. So what we're looking for here, looking for a test of that high. And what we want to see, what we want to see is what information it releases to us. If you're bullish, you want to see it get to the high and close over that. In the DAX's case, if you're bullish, you want to see it get to the high of that August 15th time frame and close over that. What you don't want to see is or in the case of the DAX, you could also do it at the low. In the case of the low on the DAX, folks, you want to see it get into the low and close inside that swing point. What you don't want to see on the bearish side, and when we take a look at things, we just want the market to communicate what's going on. When it does that, then we can go ahead and place a trade. This is where your back is up against the wall, whether you're bullish or whether you're bearish. This is where information is going to be released because, folks, the reality is things in the world haven't changed. You can take a deep sigh of breath, if you will. Maybe that's just nothing more than a little time out. But the reality is when you take a look at this downdraft here, I don't care what anybody is telling you out there in the world, this is a sign of bad things to come. This market is not over. The problems in Europe are not done with. The banks are having all kinds of problems around the world. We're in a financial crisis unlike anything any of us have ever experienced, but we can go back to charts, and the charts will help us navigate as we're traveling around space or wherever we are, where we're traveling through these markets. And that's the cool thing. And the cool thing is that if you take a look at the new industry, we talk about new industries putting people back to work. Well, the new industry, folks, should be the money game, should be the money industry. It is something we absolutely want you to take advantage of because when you can get your money to start making money for you, when you can get rid of that fear, that false evidence appearing real, folks, you will start to set yourself free. And that's why we go around the world. That's why we don't just focus on any one thing. We're not myopic, and we let the markets tell us what to do. And, in fact, I'm doing a free webinar next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, the 19th, it's going to be from 6:30 to 7:30 at night. You absolutely want to attend. You can go to the front page of TFNN right now. You should do it right now. You know, why put off today, right? Why put it off today? Because you can do it tomorrow? No, take action now. So go to the front page, and on the carousel, it's the first link, first item on the carousel. It's going to be a program where I'm going to talk about position sizing, so you'll see the calculator. But really what it's all about, folks, is understanding how the real money masters really play this game. And position sizing is one element of it. So it's going to be a great 30 minutes. It's going to be important because the new industry, absolutely, the new industry is learning how to manage your money. That's something you want to do for yourself. It's something you want to do for your children. I mean, this is a game. You've got to turn this into a game. You're great at playing games, or you're probably great at one of the following or all of the following. You're probably great at solving puzzles. How many folks out there, like to take a puzzle, put a puzzle out, and put the pieces together? Well, when you take a look at charting, if you like putting puzzles together, this is the greatest puzzle in the world. It's ongoing, continuous, and I want to teach you how to look at the pieces of this puzzle and put them together. That's what we're doing right now. So if you like puzzles, you want to sign up for this webcast. 1 hour of your time, folks, you want to learn how to put together those pieces of the puzzle. If you like games, if you like Monopoly, how many folks out there like Monopoly, other than the fact that it maybe takes too long to play? Well, this game here of Monopoly, folks, this is, when you take a look at the position sizing, the calculator, when you take a look at what it is that money masters really do, folks, it's Monopoly on steroids. So if you like Monopoly, you want to go sign up for this game. If you like the game Risk, well, and probably most of us haven't played that, for about 25 years or so. If you like the game Risk, then you want to sign up for this. Why? Because this is all about, or how about strategy? Wasn't that a game? Stratego, I think it was. If you like games, if you liked pinball as a kid, if you like chess, if you like checkers, the bottom line is any game, this is a money game. Now, what we want to do is most folks, when you buy a game, they teach you what the rules are. They give you the rules, and you follow the rules. Well, when it comes to the money game here, when it comes to the markets, nobody's really provided you with the rules. I'm going to provide you with the rules, whether and you can get those rules easily just simply by subscribing to my service. That's one option for you. Another option is just simply join me. We'll have a little party, if you will. It's this coming Wednesday, next Wednesday, so it's not today. Next Wednesday, 6:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Go to the homepage of TFNN. We're going to put together the pieces of the puzzle just like here on the UK. Now, if we go we continue our spin around the world here, let's go take a look at some other world markets. So let's take a look at the Nikkei. Nikkei's over in Japan. Let's see what the Nikkei did overnight. The Nikkei rejected the swing point just from yesterday, from October 11th. Now, what the Nikkei was doing, the Nikkei was going into, you can see over here on the left, if you're following my cursor, it was going into the September 16th, September 19th time frame. It got into those swing points yesterday. It closed just below it or right at it. And then today it also rejected that. So that was at the Nikkei. Now, if you take a look at the Shanghai real quickly here, the Shanghai was giving us a bullish signal. Created this bullish engulfing candle here, folks. Anyways, thanks for joining me. 877-927-6648. We'll go take a look at our futures when we get back, and we'll be back shortly.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Absolutely love to hear from you. If you want me to take a look at a stock, a commodity, whatever it is that you might be in or something that you're interested in, give me a call if you'd like me to look at it. Right now, we're going to continue on our journey, if you will. But before we do that, we had to stop to gas up. And if you want to stop and gas up, folks, I want you to go to the front page of TFNN right now. While I want you to change your focus. I know you can multitask really well. I want you to sign up for the live free webcast that I'm going to be doing next Wednesday. That's from 6:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Absolutely going to teach you some of the strategies and the tools that the real money masters use, and it's all about being able to have peace of mind trading. And I really want you to understand, if you haven't figured that out yet, I really want you to understand this money game, because there is so much power. This is absolutely the new industry, and it's a new industry that we want to be able to really teach you how to play. You can rely upon yourself. I can teach you these things, and you need to be able to have the rules of the game. And so we're going to give you those rules of the game on Wednesday, so please join along. We're going to go take a look at what the markets now in the U.S. are telling us. And so we're taking a look at the futures markets. So our markets don't actually open for another 5 minutes here. So let's see what information we've got going. Now, the first thing we'll take a look at, just because it's in my upper left-hand corner, is the S&P futures contract. So we're looking at the ES Mini. All charts are basically the same. You don't have to worry what it is that you're trading. You can kind of eliminate that. So you actually can learn to be a commodities expert if you like, because we can teach you about the patterns, the non-random patterns that exist in commodities. We can teach you how to be a currency expert because we can teach you about those patterns, retracement levels, tests of swing points, moves of moves. We can teach it all to you. We want to teach it all to you. If we're taking a look at the ES Mini here, what the ES Mini is doing right now, and you can see I've got really three red lines in here up towards the top where my cursor's at. And these are swing points that I've identified. And we're looking at September 20th. The high there is 1214.50. It's the same high that actually was made on September 16th. So for ease purposes, we're looking at 1214.50 as the high on September 20th. The low on that is 1185.25. You can see right now, yesterday we closed above it. The day before on Friday we closed above it. That's telling us, it's giving us a signal that it wants to go test the high. The high again on that is 1214.50 or 1201.50 right now. Now what it's also doing, it's also getting into the high of the swing point of this consolidation period. So remember when we started off, we were looking at the DAX, we were looking at the FTSE, and we were taking a look at the consolidation period and the highest swing point that's out there. Well, look at these one world markets. That's really what's also going on here when you take a look at the ES Mini. Now, the low on that, we're going back to the August 31st date, a real key date, because we saw, it's a swing point. We saw a reversal in a move, and trust me, on August 31st, as the market was moving up, people were really happy. They were in a great mood. Everything was over. That wasn't the case. We're just simply in a consolidation right now. Not that the market can't bust out of the consolidation, but it's got to pass its first test. Those are part of our rules. If it doesn't pass the first test, that means we're at the top of the consolidation range. It's where you'd want to take a look at reversing and playing the market to the bottom of the consolidation range. Why? Because these markets are nothing but living, breathing organisms where you've got fear and greed. And today, it's really all about greed. The fear might be whether or not you put on a trade. Well, you wait for a signal before you put on that trade, and that signal would be a failure at swing points. In this case here, what you want to see is right now the ES Mini is inside that August 31st bar, that swing point. The low is 1201.25. You're trading at 1201.75 right now. So here's what would be very bullish. You close inside that swing point, because if you close inside that swing point, that says you want to go test the high at the 1229.75 area. Here's what would be bearish, so you understand this. A bearish would be, because we're already in that, we would reject that. Reject that means at the end of the trading session, we close lower than that. And then what you'd really want to see, which would be the ultimate in bearish, if you will, would be that you would go ahead and you would actually close underneath the 1185.25 on September 20th. Now, you don't need that. In fact, all you really need is to get into this August 31st swing point, which it's doing, and then we'd like to see from a bearish standpoint, you'd like to just simply see it close below that. If you're bullish, you're looking for a close above that 1201.25. If we go take a quick look here before we go to break, let's go take a look at what other piece of information. Let's look at the NASDAQ futures contract. The NASDAQ futures contract taking on the September 20th. That's the strongest index out here. Right now it's trading at 2311. The high there is 2332.50. If you're bullish, you want to see it close inside this. You don't want to see it get above the 2332.50 and close below it. 877-927-6648. We get back, we'll go to Rick in Largo, and you can join them. Just give us a call, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stock placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to thefrontoftfnn.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. We're off to the races, and the Dow is in the lead. It's up 53 points. The S&P up 8. The composite up 20. Small caps up 5. The NDX 100 up 18. And let's go to our man Rick in Largo. Rick, thanks for holding. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, Steve. How are you today?
Doing great. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is.
You know, it's great when the clouds part, the rain gets out of here, and you've got nothing but blue skies.
This is true.
Yeah, absolutely. You wanted to look at the TMV. Tell me what you're doing here, what you're looking at, how I can help you.
I'm just looking for an entry point.
Okay. So if you're looking for, and the TMV, folks, that is the direction share 3 times bearish move on the 20-year bond. So, Rick, I've got the screen up in front of me. I don't know if you're watching this on Tiger TV or almost sounds like you might be on the road.
No, I'm actually, I had to go in the other room, so we didn't get the echo.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. So what I've got up on the screen is the actual 20-year bond. And the 20-year bond right now is trading at, looks like 127.28. And it looks like what this is trying to set up here is actually a bullish Gartley pattern. It is, and what I'm doing, Rick, is I'm going back to the swing point on this from the July 27th time frame. The low there was 123.22, and it made a high all the way up into the September 23rd time frame. So just simply taking a normal retracement ruler to that move, the 0.618 on this move would take you to 126.27. Okay, and right now you're trading at 127.28. So when it completes that move, then actually you'd be flipping, because you'd have the with this, if this Gartley were to be a successful Gartley and hold here, it would say that actually the bond would want to move higher. So right now, because you're kind of like in the middle of the stream here, and I'm going to go over to the TMV right now. Tell me what kind of trader are you? Are you you're looking for a longer term trade, a shorter term trade? What?
I usually just do the swing trades.
Swing trade.
Shorter term.
Okay. So, what you're looking for here in the TMV, folks, and I've got that up on my screen, is right now what the TMV is doing is it's going against the swing point from September 28th. The high there is 1763. It's trading at 1762 right now. The volume on that swing point is 1.5 million shares. So today, it should give you a test to give you some information. If you close above that, if you close above the 1763, then what this is saying is this wants to go higher, probably wants to go maybe up into the September 16th area, 1962 to 2037. But because you're midstream here, this is, and you're looking to buy this to get in, to me, there's the right money management's not in place on this. Okay? Now you could dig down on an intraday basis, but that's, it doesn't sound like that's the type of swing trading that you would want to do.
No.
Yeah. So you'd want to be taking a look at, what you really want to do is you want to be taking a look at, at these swing points and see how things play out here. In this case here on the TMV, what I would be doing is I would be waiting to see, because this could give you a signal. I'd be waiting to see here, how it handles this swing point. Because if you close below it on lighter volume, and then you take a look at what's going on around the world from a market standpoint, this could be telling us that this is the time where we're going to turn. We're going to have a cycle turn, if you will, and then what you'd do is you'd see this TMV moving back down towards its swing point of October the 4th. That's where, if you like trading the TMV, you'd be wanting to take a look at it as it comes to that October 4th time frame, which has got 2.4 million shares. Does that help?
Very much so.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Rick, thanks for calling. Great to hear from you. What's that?
I wanted to thank you for that Saturday seminar, too.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for attending. That's really great. Folks, 877-927-6648. We got the Dow up 47. We'll be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game, risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks, on Full Moon Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining me. I absolutely do love doing this. And right now, you've got the Dow up 64, S&P's up 10, Composite up 25, small caps up 5, NDX 100 up 24, and it's all about Apple. Apple represents such a big weighting inside the NDX and the S&P as well. And if you were on the show yesterday, one of the things that I was pointing out was that today could be another gap up. A 3-gap play. That's what you've got in Apple if you want to take a look at it. And a gap, folks, it's really where I'm talking about where the high of the, in this case here, since this is a gap up, if you will, the high of the prior session ends up being, the open of today's session ends up being higher than the high of yesterday's session. So let's start with the first gap on Apple. The first gap that we have is occurring between the October 7th time frame and October 10th, so over the weekend. The high on that candle on October 7th was 377.74. The low on the following session on Monday was 378.21. There's just a teeny little gap, if you will, that's there. In fact, one of the great software packages out there is the Timing the Trade software, the Art of the Chart that David is working on. It's real easy because there's a little button you can push and it will show gaps. And you want to understand when there's 3 gap plays out here. Oftentimes, that is marking the end of a move. Now, let's take a look at the second gap. Is much easier to see. That really occurred between October 10th and October the 11th. And you can see here that where the close is, if you're looking at my charts on the candles, you'll see the green area. You'll see how it closed at the high, or you'll see that the candle finishes at the high, if you will. And on a green candle, where the body, if you will, is, that's showing you where the actual item, where the in this case here, where Apple actually closed, the price point where it closed at. So you've got a gap here that's open, and what does Apple do today? It gaps up. Now, can close that gap intraday, absolutely. Then you wouldn't have a 3-gap play. So right now, where Apple got to yesterday, the high on Apple was 403.18. So far, the low this morning is 406.78. You can see the gap here, and you can also see it gapped up right, and it's right at the 0.786 retracement. You want to understand these retracement areas, folks, because for whatever reason, I don't know why they work. I just know that they do work. To me, it's just like electricity. I don't know why it works. I just know that it works. And so I want these retracement areas, I want this Fibonacci to become that type of routine tool that's in your toolbox because it works. Does it work 100% of the time? No, but my electricity doesn't work 100% of the time either. Works most of the time, and the Fibonacci retracement also works most of the time. So right now you can see it's in that 0.786 area. What happens at that 786 area? Well, a lot of the folks who got in at Apple down in the 350 range who've made $50 on the trade, if you will, in a period of, 2, 4, 6, 7 trading sessions. They're riding that elevator up and they're saying, might be a time for me to go ahead and get off the elevator or lighten up the load, if you will, and take some profits, because that's not a bad deal. You're talking about a 14, 15% return on your money in a period of 4 or 5 days. Some people would love to have that. Well, some people would love to have half of that for their annual return. So in this case here, you can see I said today is going to be about greed. This is Rocket Ship Wednesday, if you will, Full Moon Wednesday. And so today is going to be all about greed, and we're going to see how the folks in the market are really taking a look at what's going on out here. And we're going to get signals. We're absolutely going to get signals today. And Apple is going to be one that you really want to take a look at. Now, if you're bullish on Apple, what you want to see Apple do is you want to see it get into the swing point from September 20th. That low is 411.19. Hasn't hit it yet. You want to see it get into that, and you want to see it close into that. And you'd like to see it do that with more than 27 million shares. That's the volume that's at that area. On the bearish side, what you'd like to see it do is you'd like to see it get into that swing point, reject it, meaning close below the low of that candle, below the low of September 20th at 411.19, and do it on less than 27 million shares. Then you've got a 3-gap play. You've got a test of a swing point on volume, on lighter volume, a close below it. And, folks, that would be signaling to you, that would be a big shot across the bow that we're running out of juice in our spaceship, and it's time to go back to Earth, if you will. And where's Earth on Apple? Well, Earth on Apple, folks, is coming all the way down to this high-volume bar on October the 4th. It really only has to test the high of that, and you could get a rejection. The high of that candle is 381.80. But you start coming into that, you start closing into that candle, what Apple's really going to do is it's going to go down and test that 354 area. If you went back to, today's Wednesday, I think if you went back to my Wednesday archive and listened to the show, I believe I showed on Apple, an ABC pattern from the 0.786 area that would take us down into where I believe Apple's going to go, which is going to be in that 335 area, because you've got volume down to the low side of Apple. You've got that here on the swing points on August the 8th. You had 40 million shares down there. You've got this 44 million shares on October the 4th. At the highs on Apple, what do you have? 27 million, like I pointed out. And you've got 17 million on July 26th. So you can see that the volume is really where it's at, and the volume on Apple is not at the highs. The volume on Apple is at the lows. That could change. It could absolutely change today, but what you'd need to see is you'd need to see it get into that swing point, and you'd need to see it get in there and stay in there with more volume. That would be really key, folks. But a 3-gap play, okay, you want to talk about signals being shot across the bow. That is a huge one, an absolute huge one. Go take a look at what's going on with the Dow right now. In the early markets, in the pre-market, when our spaceship was already up, we were up 107 points or what have you. Right now you've got the Dow only up 39, the S&P's up 7, the composite up 22, and we'll go take a look at the dollar index, see what's going on there. But Apple right now is giving us a pretty big clue. Now, let's just go into Apple real quickly here. Let's take a look at this on a 5-minute, just so we can see what's happening volume-wise. What else is it that you want to take a look at? Well, the open on Apple, you had 1.3 million shares that were sold. Not a whole lot of wide price spread. You did, for a gap up, you did, now, I guess you could say, look, you can say it's a wide price spread because you had the gap, okay? And so in our imagination, you'd fill this in, if you will, with a green candle. So that wasn't a correct statement. You do have wide price spread because you had this gap. But what you want to see here on Apple is Apple just simply going to come down to the high of yesterday, or where the gap was, where the close was, which was 399.12. And if it comes down there, and it comes down there on more than 530,000 shares, if you're looking on a 5-minute basis, tells you that the ride in Apple is over for a while. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before October 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just 1, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you only have until October 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Boy, time absolutely flies. We're going into our last segment here, and then stay tuned because you've got Tom O'Brien and myself for the Money Masters show. Great day, you know, because following us in the on-deck circle is Basil Chapman, and then we've got our man Larry Pesavento, who's going to try to hit Basil in with a big homer, if you will, And then stay tuned, because then at 3 to 4 you got David White warming things up for Tom O'Brien. Absolutely a great day for show, for knowledge. And, thank you so much for joining me. Right now what I've got up here on my screen is I've got the dollar index. And the dollar index had made, let me pull up my other chart here on the dollar index real quickly, had made that nice Gartley sell pattern. The top of that area got violated just a tad, but you can see it's got that nice Gartley sell. Now, today's going to be a real important day, because when you take a look at, let me try to get rid of some of these lines up here. It might be a little bit easier for you to see what it is. I'm going to get rid of a couple of these Fibonacci lines here. Well, we'll just simply redraw them so you can see what we're looking at. Now, on a Gartley pattern, you've heard me say that what you will typically see out of it is at least a 0.382 retracement. And I'm going from the ABCD pattern that it makes inside the Gartley. Well, the A point on this is coming back into the lows here. I'm going to go ahead and even get rid of this here, just so I've got the right, exactly the right area. So the low here that we're looking at, the dollar index, came in on the 5th of May. Whoops, 5th of May, which makes sense. We made a high in our markets on the 2nd of May. So if we take a look and we go to the low there, I can get this thing to grab it. There we go. And go all the way up to the high that was made on October the 4th, which was at 80.43. So we're going from 72.86 all the way up to 80.43. You'll see that the 0.382 area is 77.54. We're trading at 77.39. If 77.54 holds today, okay, because we're already through it, you should see it close below. Now, what it's also done is if we hold this area, you see what we've done is we've done this little move of a move, and we had this gap. We had this wide price spread here in the dollar index. And when I'm taking a look at a move, I'm going back to September 22nd. The low there was 78.33. We've traded below that right now. Again, we're trading at 77.38. If we hold that move of a move and we hold that 0.382, what that is signaling to us is the retracement in the dollar could be over. And then if that's over, and that's all that we get out of this, that's all that you get as a 0.382 retracement, that sets up a huge new AB equals CD on the dollar index, because we'd be going from the low of August 29th, around 73.57, up to that high at 80.43, down to the low of today, or wherever the low of today ends up being. And if we take a look at that, folks, which we're going to do here in just one moment, let me just shrink this chart down. That would take the dollar index to the 84 area, 83.96. Well, let's go see what else is over at 83.96. Well, you know what it is? It looks like it becomes a butterfly pattern here. Let's just go ahead and draw this in, and where I'm going with is I'm going all the way to January 10th, to the high swing point there, down to the low that we already established. And if I draw that right up to, quite frankly, if I draw that right up to where that ABC completes at 83.97, you'll see this 1.272 expansion there. Folks, that would set up a butterfly sell pattern. So it's going to be real important to watch where the dollar index closes today, because, look, the reality is, even with the market being up right now, it's going to be real important how these swing points are handled that we talked about when we opened up the show. It's going to be real important to watch Apple. So, stay tuned. It's been great to be with you. I absolutely love doing this, and I love doing it, folks, because you've got an amazing power within yourself. And, folks, that power is so strong, it will produce a life of abundance. It will cure incurable diseases, build billion-dollar businesses, create loving, happy families, but mostly, folks, it'll make you a wonderful money master. So thanks for joining me, and we'll be back in about 7 minutes. Take care.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills?